I've seen a few things this morning have me going in a few different directions. No rabbit holes though. So, interestingly, is that there was this statement, and it's good because it's like the enemy has done so much, and it's like absolutely horrible. Like, I mean, really to the point I would feel sorry for them if they even had to get a taste of the flavors they put me through. Now, yeah, to truly love the enemy, I feel sorry for them. Now, here's the thing, they maybe don't feel sorry for anyone, including themselves, but there is a real pain and a real suffering, and I know it. And yeah, they show it, and their suffering is it's hard, and I do feel sorry for them. But the statement in which she says they'll never forgive you for what they did to you. And it's funny because that is like really the sadder part of this is like I'm trying to help some of the people that tried to actually kill me. They really tortured me. They burned homes down. They actually murdered people. They do these things still. Like, we're not talking about a group of criminals that have they're in criminal rehab or whatever. But here's the thing too, because the other things I thought about this morning is like there are parts in which in the journey you realize that the things that you're doing even on a day to day, they're not really your nature. And so when you start to examine your own self and realize that you're doing things that they're not your nature, they're not who you are. They're not kind, they're not loving. And when you get to the point where you realize that the pains you cause others are pains you're also causing to yourself, then you realize that you're not really to attest to the sinful ways of this world, and you would like to separate from them. And there's a really good door and pathway into the realm of good grazing with Jesus. And here's the thing. It is, I think the first time I heard anything along this line, coincidentally, I'm not sure he's all too on the side of the fence with Jesus and the good ways of God. But at the time, it was Eckhart Tolle, and he said, I just got to a point where I was waking up and I was just disgusted with my own life. And I thought to myself, well, who is it that is in me that is also seeing that it doesn't like anything to do with me? Right? And that is closer to the selfless self, the selfless version of yourself, which will come back to the good grazing with God, because the selfless version is also with unconditional love, and hence I can love the enemy and actually be worried about them and their pains. Yeah, just a little taste of what they put me through, and I would really feel sorry for them, because whoa. And I'm not going to get into those stories because today is all about the love. Yeah, I love you. So, yes, it's interesting. And the reason I came back to Eckhart Tolle and what he says is because I agree and disagree as to. So, I think that where some of the misguidance is coming from is that the self that people think is them isn't. And I've said this for a while now too. But here he is with this insight, and he's got to a point where he can't stand himself. And then he thinks to himself, well, who is the I? Who is the one that I can't stand? Interestingly, I've been saying for a while that there's the little the spirits, okay, and there's some clarity there because there really is. And so the ones that talk you into sleeping on the bench and drinking your alcohol and rent money, oh, I don't have to pay these bills. Yeah, I got the tent in the park here. Anyway, the constructs have really shitty version of yourself, and you just completely what? Yeah. So he gets to this point where he's consumed by this hatred for himself, and he's a realization that the ego self it needs to be collapsed. Yeah. Yeah, shut those dark spirits up that ill advise you all the time. Yeah, that's Satan's traps. Those are not good spirits. They're spirits of the Antichrist. I think that his take on it is he gets rich and famous and he gets on Oprah Winfrey, and coincidentally, he just gets a promotion in Satan's army is what it looks like to me. Anyway, I'll put some info together on this. But here's the thing. What he is saying is true. Nonetheless, okay, I'm not sure the roads and paths that he went down. I have a feeling he took a more of a left-hand path and the right path to love and kindness in Jesus. Well, I'm going to remain that way with him because he said some beautiful good things to remind us you can exit that those little dark spirits ill-advising you. Yeah. Anyway, I will put this together. Love wins. I love you. And I love Eckhart Tolle too.